Hello, students. Happy Monster Monday. So, for those who missed the Zoom meeting, this is just kind of a recap of everything we talked about with a few enhanced graphics. So, what we're doing right now is traveling through a supernova explosion. Pretty cool, right? So, what happened is a giant star exploded and released all this gas and dust out into the universe. Now, over long periods of time, as you can see right here, some of that gas and dust starts to come back together because of gravity. And after a while, it comes back together and gets so hot that you get a star, which you see all the little dots, these are all stars. One such star was our sun. Now, when the sun forms and nuclear fusion happens, it kind of blasts out the rest of the material around it, and then that material starts colliding and slowly but surely makes the planets. Fast forward hundreds and hundreds of millions of years, you had maybe about a hundred or so planets flying around our solar system very early in its history, one of which hit us and eventually formed the moon. Now remember, you're going to see a video on all this tomorrow. I'm giving you the extreme short version of all this. So this is what original Earth looked like. This is way back in the day. I think I was before I started teaching. So this is your Hadean Earth. Not a very nice place. It looks nothing like the Earth does today. Hadean does mean Hades-like. So now what's happening is the floor was literally lava. It was like 1,200 degrees, which is not pleasant at all. But as the time moved on, it did start to slow down. You notice we're 4 billion years out. So if I fast forward a little bit, bells are extra loud today. I ain't going to lie. If I fast forward a little bit, let me just get this time scale back. Let's go to for the Archean. All right, it's close enough. Now you see, by the time we get a couple billion years go by, things look very different. We have some continents formed. We do have an ocean. You can still see the temperature was quite warm. Like 7th grade hallway in the summertime kind of warm. No ozone layer, no life on land. If I fast forward, now at 2 billion years ago, that's not going to let me do that. Anyway, so what happened from here is you end up with Rodinia. This is your first supercontinent. Now, at this point, we're about 80% into Earth's history. That whole thing I just told you about how the Earth cooled down and the continents slowly formed. What else was happening was you had bacteria starting to form in the ocean, and a certain type of bacteria that could undergo photosynthesis, which put all the oxygen in the atmosphere. Before that, you wouldn't be able to breathe the air. Now, when that happened, they wiped out just about everything that didn't breathe oxygen, and then from there on, most creatures breathe oxygen. But you can see here, I'm going to type in New York, and in ancient Earth, this is where we were, right around here. None of the other cities are working, so this is about where we were. You can see it looks very, very different. So what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to see a video that explains this in a lot more detail. I'll stop and start at certain times. I'll go over some of this stuff with you. We're also going to apply what we learned from our biomes. And then from there, we're going to do some Quizlet Live and have a little fun. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Always choose Batman.